Brendan McCullum. Then Lou Vincent, Stephen Fleming, Craig McMillan, Chris Cairns, Harris. Then Adam Perore, Daniel Vittori, James Franklin and Shane Bond, who is a big improver on this tour, the fast bowler, and Scott Styris is the 12th man. Out in the centre of the ground now, game 5. And this is going to be a very, very exciting match, even though the Australians are not involved. There's quite a decent crowd in so far, and more streaming along the pavements outside and coming through the turnstiles. In the centre of the ground, all the action, and in the commentary box as well, Mark Taylor is with Ian Smith.
Thank you, Richie. Yes, a very important game for both sides, and a very good afternoon to everyone watching. It's a beautiful afternoon here at the Gabba. Clear skies. Looks like an excellent pitch, dry and hard. Good day for big scores. Big scores in this corresponding match here some 4 years ago, where South Africa won by 2 runs in that match. A very high scoring fixture between these two sides. So South Africa, having won the toss, have elected to bat. No surprise in that. James Franklin will bowl the first over of the day. He'll bowl from the Vulture Street end to Herschel Gibbs. Oh, he's bowled him. First ball, inside edge. Just a defensive shot from Herschel Gibbs, but it's back on the stumps, and the perfect start for the New Zealanders. Good afternoon, Ian Smith.
All of a sudden, it's just got better, Mark. Herschel Gibbs is a real threat. He's been in pretty good form. They wanted the bowl straight to him. He plays square of the wicket well, so onto the front foot, get him to push it back towards the bowler. Inside edge, he's pushed it straight back onto the stumps, and that is a great start from a New Zealand point of view. Gibbs goes for a duck. It's 1 for none.
Well, that's 4. That will be the first boundary of the day. Well, he's trying to get the ball up there, Franklin, so he's doing the right thing. He's looking for some swing. But this one didn't swing.
I think he's got to start it a little closer to off stump. He's angling at the moment, it seems, into about middle and leg. And if you're doing that, you're asking it for us to swing a long way. It's got to be further across to tempt that drive.
It's through all. He's got a hand on it, though. Harris has done well there. We'll keep that to 2.
Well, the fast trip back to Brisbane has already saved New Zealand 2 runs.
That's fine. Hillsman, I don't think, is going to get there. No, Mark Richardson won't make it. All leg 5s.
They'll pick up off the first ball, but since then it's been pretty plain sailing from a South African point of view. Runs are coming very freely at the start of this innings.
Here's Chris Harris in the action. He can't quite keep it to 2. That's another shot. The outfield is pretty quick here. Fields was going to have to move, and he can't. Right, beautifully placed, Jacques Kallis. He didn't try to hit it too hard. Just hit it wide of the man at mid-on. If you play straight at the Gabba, you get good value for shots.
Picking on Mark Richardson early, Jacques Kallis. 2 chases and 2 misses.
Oh, he does look a good touch. A non-drive to start the over. And now the off-drive. Tory will just get this one. That foot injury doesn't seem to be affecting Kallis all that much at this stage. Kallis there looking dangerous on 16. Only 18 balls faced. Partnership of 27 off 30 balls. That's 4. You can't afford to overpitch to Jacques Kallis. He's seeing the ball early. Once more, he's finding the gaps.
The break hasn't done him any harm, has it? Gee, looks in good nick. It is a wonderful pitch to bat on a fast outfield, but you still have to hit the gaps. And he hasn't missed out yet. That is a marvellous shot.
Make that 2 fours. And that is just about the pick of them. That has raced away.
paid to get in. You got your money's worth for me in terms of the batting. Brilliant stuff from Kallis. I thought that Bond did quite well to bowl just a little wider there, just to tempt him into playing that drive. It wasn't quite as full as the previous one. For that reason, Kallis decided to hit it a little straighter through extra cover. 24 from 21. Alarming signs.
There it is again. Make that 3 this over. Well, I think it's time for a change of plan. I think we've now made the conclusion that Jacques Kallis can hit the drive pretty well.
Yes, we have. I think we knew it anyway, didn't we? And the captain is just going down to tell the bowler exactly that. I wouldn't be surprised to think that there'll be a change in length here. There's not much he can do in terms of his field, Stephen Fleming. He's got to have 2 catches. He can't protect too much in terms of that offside, much more than he has. So maybe he's thinking, okay, he can drive, but how does his pull shot going, or how's his hook shot going? Let's see if we can get him ducking and diving.
Well, he's got a bad back foot, his right ankle. If you hurt playing a hook shot, I'd be bringing this man down the deep, up inside the circle. I'd be having him up, and I'd move him back to the boundary, and I'll be bowling a lot more short stuff at this stage. Kallis is getting forward. He looks nice and balanced on the front foot, hitting his drives on where he wants them. So I'll be checking out his play on the back foot at the moment.
That's a better piece of bowling. I don't think he's said that to Shane Bond. If I look at the field adjustment that he's made though, Mark, instead of what you were suggesting, and I think you're pretty close to the mark, he's gone for his other catcher here. This fellow here, he's gone from second slip, so he's gone out of here and has shifted across. So it suggests to me he still wants basically off stump. He still wants him really trying to drive.
Well, he's still driving for the same result. 4 boundaries, that will be in the over. 16 runs from it. 1 for 43. Hard at the pitch. Tory does well. He's up for 50 after 9 overs.
That is 50 for South Africa.
Tommy finds a gap. Harris dives over the ball. That's unusual. Harris has been the star man of the match on 2 occasions. This time he dives over the square drive.
Yes, you won't want to see this replay. He sets a high standard, Chris Harris. This one was on to him pretty quickly, but he was right over the top of it.
This time he missed. Harris, I think it was, dived away, got a hand to it, put down a very difficult chance. But it certainly was a catch. It wasn't Chris Harris at backward point, it was Louis Vincent who dived away there to try and take a brilliant catch. Cairns got the drive in, there's the slice strike, there goes the right hand and a knock on. Would have been a great catch.
Would have been a good catch, right? Yes, unfortunate, sometimes they stick. And Cairns, it's hot, it's not easy work, and he realised how important a wicket now would be.
Shot, it's 4. Off to the over mid-on, Gary Kirsten finding touch. Very positive stroke. 97 at Bellerive, run out Gary Kirsten. Now he's starting to find touch here on this very good batting pitch. Straight through the line. Shot and not fielded. They've been just a little bit sloppy, New Zealand. Driving over the ball again, but a beautiful cover drive by Kallis. Full face of the bat, great to watch. Perfect timing.
Oh, is he enjoying this pitch? Have a look at this. It wasn't really a half volley, but it was out there, just giving him a bit of room.
Immediately he's driven for 4. Well, they're on fire, the South Africans.
Right into the slot, wasn't it? tossed it up a little bit. Half volley just outside off stump. Very, very nice shot, Kirsten. And that's relieved the pressure a bit. 26 for him now, 38. And he's got 4 fours away. Have a look at this, right into the slot there. Bang, that's 4.
That's well played. In complete control.
Yes, that's well done. Callis's 50. That's his 6th 50 against New Zealand. And his 33rd half century in one-day international. So this could well be a big day for him. He's already scored 7 centuries in one-day international cricket. And the way he's going at the moment, looking as solid as a rock.
That's a great shot. Kept his head down beautifully on that and just timed it to perfection.
Shortest boundary on the Gabba. Probably 65 metres to the fence. Jacques Kallis has just lobbed it over. Used his feet, no problems with the ankle there. 2 sets of hands. Couldn't do the job of one. Great timing once again. I'll finish my lunch soon.
South Africa 1 for 99. Just looking down that bowling lineup for South Africa, predominantly pace. With Kallis, Pollock, Kemp, Ntini and Elworthy getting a game. That might just suit the New Zealand batsmen, you think?
That's 100 runs.
I think you're right, Spelly. That's the 100 after just 18 overs, 18.1. Yeah, I think they got the hang of them in Hobart on a similar pitch, and they had no variety. It was just lucky that Lance Klusener came on, and when he went back to his medium paces, got a wicket or two, and that put them on the back foot when Stephen Fleming was 80, and they got through that way. So they haven't learned from any lesson. On Tong's there, I suppose, to bowl some part-time off spin.
Well timed, but it's reached the rope. Mid-off for a moment thought that he had a bit of a chance, or maybe the bowler thought that he had a bit of a chance. Probably hit out near the outside edge of the bat. Franklin, no chance there, the ball landing a good 20 metres over his head.
Got him. Well, Chris Harris has come into the attack, and maybe he's going to make a difference. Looked like he tossed him up a little bit more. Kirsten was trying to, I think, just hit him down the ground for a single and spooned back over quite a simple catch.
Well, Harris has been the star for New Zealand in the matches played so far. He's just come back from his own country, an overnight dash, and no safer pair of hands in the game. No more experienced player. Very good. 2 for 115. Overs. Harris has done it. And he's done it. Would you believe? Fleming, you can take 10 out of 10 for that, and Bond as well. Kallis, 65 and out from 67 balls faced. What a breakthrough.
Superb piece of captaincy. It wasn't a great shot, there's no doubt about that, but it was the strike bowler's influence. So keep it tight, pick up one batsman. That was Kirsten. That's what Harris did last over, and now your strike bowler picks up the danger man. Kallis has gone for 65. South Africa now 3 for 115.
New batsman is Botted Dippenaar. There's a man covering out there as sweeper, but they'll get 2.
He's got to keep hitting the pitch here, Shane Bond. What he did do early on, along with James Franklin, was they floated too many balls up early on and got driven through the covers mainly by Kallis. The ball he picked the wicket of Kallis up on was a little bit shorter, hitting the pitch a bit harder. That's the length he's got to bowl more off. Harris was raced back into this side. Had to go home for some family commitment straight after the win on Friday. And the reason they're so keen to get him back in this side is he's not only making some runs, but he's bowling some good deliveries. This was a good one. He bowls what I call little doorknobs. They just turn a little fractionally. That was a little bit slower.
Yeah, good luck out.
There, when he gets in, I think he may have been home anyway had Vettori hit the stumps.
Well, the direct hit, it was Dippenaar who shouted for it, but he did hesitate just a fraction at the bowler's end. Wasn't 100% certain, then decided to go. I think he's in some trouble. Whether he's in terminal trouble is another matter.
Direct hits are never good if you're a batsman, because you generally think you're more in or further past the crease than you are. Generally you find direct hits find you short, and this one I don't think is any exception. I think Borta Dippenaar is going to find himself short of the mark here. That'll give New Zealand a third wicket in a very short space of time. There's the bail off. He's a good 5 to 10 centimetres short there. That's another big wicket for New Zealand. This Borta Dippenaar has just realised that he must go. The red light is on. So, two good pieces of bowling, a good piece of captaincy, and now an excellent piece of fielding. They've got New Zealand right back into the match.
Good throw, good flat, hard throw. It was close enough for Darrell Hare to call for the adjudication, and that's a big wicket for New Zealand, 4 for 131. Stumps.
Yes, there was the problem. Dippenaar on the turn.
That's a great shot. That will be a boundary, a much needed one from South African point of view. Actually, too many better shots and a well played on drive.
He's a good cricketer, Boucher. That brings up the 150 now for the South Africans. Run rate around about the 5 mark. I want to keep it there, but just a little bit of a gap. Mid-on quite wide. You can see him there, and so well placed.
Very good placement. Now Rhodes will certainly look for 3 here, and he'll get them. Stephen Fleming is looking at his fieldsman, and he's looking at Franklin and saying, sort it out, fellas, there was not 3 there. Fleming was the fielder at backward point there. Look at his head go back, but now it really goes back when you see these guys just casually get to the ball. They don't know who's going to throw it.
Well, he's got that one away nicely for 4. Jonty Rhodes has started to look quite dangerous now. He's been working away the ones in the main. That's his first boundary.
This is also what can happen with your 6th bowler if he hasn't done a lot of bowling. McMillan hasn't been a part of this one-day series with the ball.
That's a great shot. Working it from middle and up through mid-wicket. Could go all the way. And that's superbly timed.
A very creative shot here from Mark Boucher. Got the front foot well across to around about off stump to the line of the ball, and then just took it. The actual ball pitched outside off stump, took it wide of mid-on, but he did it so well. He wasn't really hitting across the ball. Gave it the full face of the bat.
Tries to work this one on the onside as well, looking for a single on this occasion. Very dangerous cricketer, Mark Boucher. Aggressive batsman. Gives out first ball. Kirsten 43, Callis magnificent 6. Oh, nice one-day shot. That's 4. He's a very good cricketer. Just worked it into the gap. Third man was a little bit square. 4 runs.
Chris Cairns annoyed with himself. He's trying to bowl just short of a length, but because it was short, he gave Boucher the opportunity to just guide it past the keeper. Too short on that occasion.
Good sweep shot. There's 2 men out. He splits them. And get 2. And once again, Franklin off target. 1 or 2 ordinary throws and put under pressure there by Jonty Rhodes. There was always 2 in the shot, but wasn't a good return by any means.
Well, the batsmen are enjoying these conditions. Bowlers have had by far the better of the deal in this competition so far.
Rear sweep, almost dragged it back onto the stumps, or did he hit it? Well, been a difficult chance, one impossible chance really.
Well, it was difficult for Perore because he had to back off a little bit. Once he saw Jonty change hands there, he's in a bit of danger. He actually hits it, and I think he may have caught up with it. In fact, that's one consideration they might have to think about, administrators, because you can see there, Perore, if he whacks that, Perore stays where he is there. You see him now, he starts to head away to the leg side, but he's in a bit of danger there.
This time he chips it away, a little sweep shot, he'll pick up 2 more. I think he might have got a glove or something on that sweep there, Jonty Rhodes. Or may have caught up with it with the bat. Impossible for the keeper. If he gets hold of it properly, he could knock his head off. Does he catch up with it? I think he probably did. Oh, bottom edge is 4. Oh, that's bad luck for fans. And he crossed the line, the bottom edge. Didn't miss the stump ball that much. Brings up at 200.
He's had a bit of good fortune in the last couple of overs, Jonty Rhodes. Firstly, that reverse sweep. That one was just not so much that he was lucky that he didn't get caught, but he was very fortunate to get a boundary. That's the sort of shot that drives captains mad. Never mind the bowler.
Got him. That's the one they wanted. Bit of whip. Pan strikes. Oh, that's a big wicket for New Zealand. They really needed a wicket. Chris Cairns delivers.
So often that point fieldsman comes into the game, whether it be a run out or a catch. It's point and mid-wicket that seem to be really important positions. Chris Harris, a very safe pair of hands. That was hit hard, but straight at him. Rhodes is gone, and it's 5 for 204.
Shaun Pollock, the South African captain, comes to the crease. That was the end of the over from Chris Cairns. That was a big wicket because it was a very solid partnership. Pollock's gone. I'll catch this. It's coming all the way. That's a big hit. Oh, down the steps here at the Gabba. Not a long boundary. That was beautifully struck. You could see him coming. He made up his mind. He went straight at Victoria. A beautiful stroke.
This is the form we saw from Shaun Pollock with the bat in the Sydney Test match. Once the game was almost over, he really lashed out and hit a couple of great shots.
He's beautifully used to the feet. He's a beautiful straight hitter. I think Mark Toe was saying in the Test match he left it too late, but here, down he comes. It's a lovely footwork. And hit it as clean as a whistle, a long, long way.
He's just on 4 and over it. Currently 4.1.
Flies. Gets through Boucher or maybe wides. Wait for the call from umpire Steve Davis. Oh, he's probably got some bat on it. 4 runs, they all count.
Well, that's the first boundary off Chris Harris. It took them till 9.4 overs. Just a little touch on it and then onto the pad, which got it away from the keeper. So they're going at just a bit over a run a they've got the run rate from under 5 to up over 5.
Charge, gone this time, surely. Yes, he's out. Big Nick. And that's a good wicket and a good bowling change by the skipper again. Fleming pulling the right rein at the right time.
Yes, it was just a faint one. There wasn't a lot of deviation, but there was a good noise, good loud noise. And umpire Davis, that's what he would have been going on. So Franklin, having got a wicket with his first ball, picks up his second one. Pollock is gone, and South Africa are 6 for 231.
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं स्पोर्ट्स सेंटर और मैं हूं दारेन शाहिदी। स्पोर्ट्स
Justin Kemp taking guard. It was a very handy wicket for New Zealand. Apart from the dot ball, which has broken that good partnership, put a new batsman to the crease.
Franklin 2 for 41, wicket each for Bond and Cairns, and Harris as well. Harris and Vittori each bowled out their full allowance of overs. Vittori went for 58 today. This is a very, very good pitch. Good batting strip. All credit then to New Zealand that they've got themselves back to the stage of 6 for 233. Mark Boucher once again has chipped in with a splendid knock, 49 from 53 balls. Very good afternoon to Ian Healy.
Great innings by Mark Boucher first. Richie, good afternoon. Hi everyone. 54 deliveries. 4-4, so there's been a lot of graft and a lot of running, a lot of work in that. And that's a good record for a guy who's just averaging 22 and a half. So contributes handy runs, 29 singles to go with the 4-4s. He's got the ability to hit big sixes as well.
It's a big appeal, and the raised finger from Steve Davis gives New Zealand another boost. Very, very good performance, 6 for 234.
2 for 41 now, Chris Cairns. He's been brought on to think about wickets. That's what he does best. Can be expensive, but not here. Just goes away from the right-hander, looking to glide it to third man, try and beat the third man's fieldsman to the short boundary of the Gabba, and Adam Perore accepts that with joy. 7 for 234.
It's always crisis time for Justin Ontong, who he is now facing his first ball from Cairns. Good slower ball. That is beauty. No one bowls it better than Cairns. Always looks as though it's going to be a full toss. Sometimes is, as it reaches the batsman.
Sneaks under the gap, which is tiny. By Justin Ontong. Just beat the outside bottom corner of his bat, and if he gets that straight, he knows he's staring down at 3 for 41, not 2 for.
At last wicket, Justin Kemp. Very well bowled by Cairns. Plenty of pace on it. Just left him a fraction. Cairns rolled his fingers across the ball. Perfectly straightforward catch.
Well, that's the delivery he hasn't been able to bowl much of this summer, because he's been bowling to left-handers. Langer and Hayden, not as effective as it is to the right-hander. It's been a frustration for him. Three off it, and with the wicket, 7 for 236.
Been some good bowling changes made by Stephen Fleming out there. He skipped the side well once again. He wasn't in charge when New Zealand knocked off the Australians the other night. That was Chris Cairns. There's been quite a bit of consultation between Fleming and Cairns today. 51 for Boucher from 55 balls. He's got Ontong and Tierney and Elworthy. Elworthy's something of a hitter, and Tierney's only a hitter. And Ontong is a pretty good player to be coming in at number 9.
Almost another another one first ball. Shane Bond, very good for his captain coming back and getting a wicket.
Well, there's the field setting that's been changed, and it produces a wicket. Now that is very, very good captaincy. They spent a tremendous amount of time getting that right, and the next ball is hit straight down the throat of the man who'd been moved into that position. They brought another man from the offside at long off, put him on the onside, and the 8th wicket goes down. Good stuff.
The double bluff from Boucher. I'm going to go over cover. No, I'm not. His strength is really down the ground. It gives it a lot of airtime, and it gives Franklin a chance to catch it. Bond, a fantastic breakthrough once again for his captain. Mark Boucher, his 9th 50 gone. They're 8 for 236. Nearly the end of his 9th.
Another one. Well, would you believe it? Elworthy has gone down to the 3-card trick. Shane Bond has done it again. Picked up 2 wickets in this over. It's revelation. 237 on the board now for 9. We're into the 47th over. New Zealand have taken command.
Well, it's a real miss hit. Chris Cairns had no right to be so far off the rope here, but he takes the catch. Bond gets the wicket again for his captain. The Kiwis fancy themselves. 9 for 237.
Kyron, the new batsman. Ontong is on 2. And he'll get some for that. What a good piece of fielding. Not quite walk on water out there, but very close to it. 239 for 9 now. 47 overs gone. And Bond has 3 for 36 in 9 overs. Desperation.
More scuffed up. They're having more trouble.
There it is. That's number 10. Shane Bond has done it again. The short ball, that's part of the New Zealand tactics. They're working over different players with the shorter ball. One that's bouncing and producing the flat-batted shot. None of it's come off for South Africa today, and they have committed that close to cardinal sin of not batting out 50 overs when they made such a good start.
When they lost their 5th wicket, they were 204. Now Justin Ontong out to Shane Bond, who takes the magnificent figures of 4 for 37. Got 5 wickets with 36 or 37 runs. What a great finish, storming finish. The Kiwis are back here.
Well, they've done all sorts of things, the Kiwis, for today's match against South Africa. They flew Chris Harris back to New Zealand, then flew him back here. He'd done the trip across the ocean and back again, landing here, being helicoptered to the ground. 241. All out 48.3 overs, and that is a terrific performance from the New Zealanders. Very warm welcome to all our international viewers. Those of you who weren't with us early on, you missed an excellent first session, the first innings of this match. It's game 5 between South Africa and New Zealand. The South Africans won the toss and decided to bat. They were going great guns. They looked as though they were going to get round about 280, 285 at one point. A wonderful partnership between Callis and Kirsten, 115 from 130 balls, and then Jonty Rhodes came in. It was all go, 73 partnership between Boucher and Rhodes. They were right on top of the New Zealanders, who then pulled out everything. Some brilliant captaincy from Fleming, backed up by some good bowling, great bowling changes. 4 times a bowling change brought a wicket in the same over as the change was made. And now it's a question of New Zealand making 242 at 4.84 per over. Now then, out in the centre, the shadows are just coming over this ground. The Gabba is a beautiful ground these days. It holds around about 40,000. Not that many here today because the Australians aren't playing, but this is a very important game for all three teams in the competition. Tony Greig awaits us in the commentary box, and alongside him is Mark Taylor.
Thank you, Richie. Yes, they are talking about a record crowd for a non-Australia match, though. So a good crowd when one considers that the Australians aren't here. Good atmosphere in the ground, and a lot now depends on what happens earlier on, I reckon. Shaun Pollock has got the ball. He's on his way. So Pollock will be searching for a little bit of swing. His backup in terms of bowling today, not quite what he'd be used to for a start. Donald has got a chip in his finger, his right middle finger, and so he's not playing. So it looks as if he's got Elworthy and Ntini there as a couple of backups, and of course Justin Kemp. So they're three seamers, and apparently Justin Ontong. Oh, he's got him! He's got him! Well, it's almost exactly the same start. One ball later. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Sides batting second in this tournament seem to get themselves in a hole. Richardson out for a duck, and he did that in 2 balls, that's all.
Mark Richardson had made his mind up. He struggled the other night in Sydney and thought, right, I'm going to play my shots tonight. Unfortunately, the first one he plays, he hits it reasonably well, but straight to Justin Ontong. So New Zealand, like South Africa early on this afternoon, lost a wicket with no runs on the board.
Lou Vincent is the new batsman, and New Zealand 1 for none. Exactly the same score that South Africa were confronted with. The only difference is that Gibbs was out first ball. Right, Pollock. 3rd ball of his first over. Oh, big appeal there for LBW. It's got to be a little, or perhaps just down the leg side. Unmoved umpire hair.
Just got him on the move, but the good news for Lou Vincent was he pushed forward late. It's fairly high. Line's not bad. Line's about Midland leg, but might be just a fraction high, I think. And he's a good 3/4 pace forward.
That's beaten Ontong. He's going to have to chase that one. Just a little bit too short. That's well fielded by the youngster. Very well fielded. He got the slide in there nicely. Got rid of it quickly.
Pretty quick, Justin Ontong. We highlighted him walking into that shaded area. He walked in and then had to race back. Kept that to 2. Did well.
Into the gap. Just a little bit too straight there, Elworthy. Ontong again, getting rid of the ball quickly. That's well done again. We're thinking about 3. 2 off the over. It's 1 for 16. 1 for 6. To that gap again. Oh, batsman there just limping back down the pitch. He looks as if he might have turned his ankle over. Was it his ankle? He's certainly. See on the turn. Just keep an eye on the batsman. Oh yes, he just slipped there, and up he gets. That looked like a little bit of a twist of the ankle again. Oh, he's hit that one over the top nicely. Got it away down towards square leg. It's going to go for 4. That's the first boundary of the innings.
It's looking nice and positive, McCullum. Worked a couple of balls through that mid-wicket gap. This time he goes over the top of square leg. Does it well. Once again, the ball coming in there, and Pollock not happy. He wants a bit more intensity out there. This ball's just got to the fielding restriction circle. Good running. Slight hesitation there. He ran the first one fairly hard. Right up with it so far in these early overs. Some good bowling. And that's a good piece of running.
Colin and Vincent together now. They've got 20, 43 balls so far. It's played quite square, so bit of ground had to be made there, but it was very good running.
Nicely played. It's a man at square leg on the fence. Oh, this is chance. Oh, he doesn't pick it up. Oh, the pressure showing there. There was a half a chance for run out. Really was an opportunity there for Martini, who's quite quick across the grass. Goes for it with one hand and leaves it behind. Cracking shot, a beauty. That's 4.
So Lou Vincent and McCullum have got to push it along now. That's the sort of stroke they've got to play inside this first 15 overs, where there are only 2 men allowed outside the fielding circle.
Wasn't all that wide, it was just a fraction short. It's gone! That's the one they wanted. Pollock gets 2. Too close to his body. Good bounce and good carry. The captain leading from the front. All of a sudden it's 2 for 31.
Vincent has gone. That has got up around about between waist and shoulder height. A good delivery, a bit of extra pace in it. It was 130 k's, and it's 2 for 31.
Stephen Fleming taking guard, and all of a sudden, the 10.3 over South Africa on top here. The target 242 for New Zealand. The captain at the crease. Lou Vincent's gone. Richardson's gone. And Pollock's got 2. He really bent his back with that last delivery. Hit the seam hard. Got some bounce. Got the edge. Oh, that's well bowled too. Very good line to left-hander. Watch Pollock here when he comes with the follow-through here, bowling to Lou Vincent. He really bent his back here. Really banged into the pitch. Hit the seam. Got some good bounce. Genuine nick through to Boucher. And that's a good start. Took it away beautifully.
That was a fine stroke by Fleming. He knew what he had to do, and he's hit that sweetly. Picked it up from round about waist height. He had the chance to do it with the previous delivery, and that's what he practiced. That's what I should have done with the one before, and then he did it.
He's not sure that South Africans have done their homework on him though. They've moved the men now to backward square leg just behind the umpire. There's a full toss and he whacks it away, and that'll be 4 more. 9 off the over. 2 for 39. That's a very good shot. 3 boundaries for the captain. He moves to 12.
Might have fired his captain up. His captain might now be into his ear. McCullum was run out on his debut.
Yes, I think he got a little lesson and a nice little smile because they survived. That was a fine off drive. Johnny knows that he had a chance. All of a sudden it's 2 for 45. Fleming's raced to 12. He's got another one. There's 4 more. Captain in very good touch following his 85 at Belrive. 9 off the over. 2 for 49. Nicely pushed into the gap. They look for 2. Go. This time it beats the keeper and the slip. Jacques Kallis. Maybe he was a fraction wide. We saw Warren the other night just get his fingers to 1. There it hits the seam beautifully. There's the big nick. Where's first slip? It's too wide. And away it races to the boundary.
very positively. Just wide of first slip. He hasn't had a lot of luck in this competition. Chance here at mid-wicket, a lolly. That's good bowling from Callis. He pulled the New Zealand captain with his pace, got it high on the bat, and it produced an easy catch.
Well, this is why you have your doubts, because you're continually losing wickets. And this was just a bit quicker for Stephen Fleming. The other thing against him was the angle as it headed towards the slip cordon. He was trying to drag it as well as hit it, and in the end, he spooned it. So the captain goes. A lot of experience on his way back there. And New Zealand are 3 for 71.
Craig McMillan coming to the crease now to join Brendan McCullum. Somebody needs to stay there for a while now. McCullum is set at 36, but as Ian Smith just mentioned, there's not a lot of experience at that end, so it's probably asking a lot to expect him to go on and get the really big score. Craig McMillan isn't all that old, but he's played a lot of games. He's an experienced player. He has captained New Zealand, so perhaps he's the man who's got to hang around for a while.
Yes, he's got to hang around because deep in the bowels of the dressing room, below us here at the Gabba, one Stephen Fleming will be kicking himself. Often it's the job of the captain to kick someone else. He will be angry with himself here. He ripped his gloves off. They lured him into that shot, the South Africans. Callis did it very well. Gave him a couple of dummy bounces that weren't quite so quick. And then he gave him one a little quicker and a little wider, and he fell for it. So now Cairns waits. Harris, Perori, Vittori, dearly love and Teeny to have a bowl at Cairns, I'm sure, the South Africans.
Chance at first slip and well taken. So Brendan McCullum's innings has come to an end.
He's cross with himself, the youngster. Bowled very wide of the crease, Mackay and Teeny. He's got a habit of doing that. He angles the ball in. And because of the angle, the shot down to third man is not really on. Extra bit of bounce. And that was a very safe catch taken by Jacques Callis. So New Zealand have lost their fourth with just 73 on the board.
Chris Cairns coming in a little bit earlier than he would have liked. New Zealand in a bit of strife at 4 for 73. Teeny ready to charge in and bowl to Chris Cairns. Still just a slip and a gully, no additions in the slip cordon. Cairns off the mark immediately. Well bowled, might have got an outside edge. The bowler has not yet looked at the umpire. When he does, you'll find out that umpire Darryl Hare hasn't moved a muscle.
Well, hold your tongue, young man. Take those deep breaths. You know what happens if you overreact too much? Certainly there was a noise at the exact time it went past the outside edge. That's why Antini kept running. Yeah, there's a big one there, I think, through to Boucher. The only thing that you could say for Darryl Hare's defence there, apart from the fact you obviously didn't hear it, when the ball went past the bat, it actually went towards the leg side, didn't deflect towards the offside.
That's well struck. Just to rub a bit of salt into the wound.
Craig McMillan did very well to thread the needle here. 2 players behind point. Now this is, can you watch Boucher have to go to the left, and watch his reaction too after he catches it. Right in the end of the fingers, he doesn't even bother to appeal really. He's just happy he's held on to it. He's confident Daryl Hare's going to give it. So's Intini, so's everybody else until there.
That's well struck. That's what Chris Cairns can do. Not sure that he's going to see a lot of balls pitched up to him like that, but he has made the most of it when they have pitched up.
Well, the reason he does cop the odd short one is because I think it's a pretty well-known fact he doesn't like it too much. A lot of players don't, but you can also see an illustration of that by the fact that he just stands and delivers at this length. I think he's really thinking it's going to be short, like we all do.
That should be 4 byes. The 4 no balls it'll be. 5 balls. Note before Intini overstepping, it'll be the fact that the ball was well above head height. Gave the batsman no chance of playing a normal stroke, and also gave Mark Boucher no chance of collecting it. Raced all the way to the boundary. That would have been a no ball or a wide in the test match, as well as a one-day international. Shot. Found the gap. Once again, his timing is very good, so Cairns is in a tough situation. Been asked a big question tonight, but he's trying to go about it in a positive manner.
Footwork the same as it was for the last one, last over. The back foot was there for the short ball. He sees it's not going to be rib height or chest height and decides to blast his way off that back foot. Just leave the front foot where it was, stay there, and get yourself to 12.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I think he's got it in the left hand in the end. There's it, Sean Pollock. I thought he was going to get it comfortably to start with, but it found its way out, but he did panic. In the end, he got it securely in his left hand. So New Zealand have lost their 5th wicket, and he's 98 on the board.
Well, this is talent and experience. Don't panic. Get the right hand on the ground. Stabilise yourself and catch it in your left. It was one of Craig McMillan's favourite shots. He does run it to third man, but he was on the move this time. And he just couldn't get enough bat on it. It's 5 for 98.
Chris Harris is the new man out in the middle. He just got back from New Zealand just before the game started earlier this afternoon. Bowled and fielded exceptionally well. Now he's got a situation where his country is asking to still do plenty more.
One group of players who'll be interested in watching this is the Australians. See how South Africa bowled to Chris Harris. He's an offside dominant player. And that's the 100 coming up for New Zealand for 5 wickets, almost halfway through their innings.
There it is, Ian.
Yes, he didn't from the crease though. I'm not sure that he's game to leave the crease because of this mixture of deliveries. I think that's got Chris Cairns a little bit worried about leaving his crease, but he did hit that one very well. It wasn't a great follow through, but it landed only a metre or so from the rope.
That is a classic. He finished up the most beautifully orthodox drive through extra cover. Then a charge to precede it. Beautiful shot.
Well, he's in excellent form, Chris Harris.
The difference there, 6 with that good boundary from Chris Harris. Now it's going to be Justin Ontong. He's going to be bowling to Chris Cairns. Mixture of off spin and leg spin. Let's keep looking. It's a biggie. Might be on the shorter side of the ground. It still would have been 6 on the big side.
6 on any ground in the world, that one. That's a huge hit. Sean Pollock went and had a chat to Justin Ontong before this over, and he watched as that one cleared the boundary and then kicked the ground. He may have been thinking of giving him one too many to Chris Cairns.
Kemp in the last 2 overs. We've had 2 boundaries, one classic drive through extra cover, and then a superb backfoot stroke from Cairns.
Well, that brings up the 150 and the 50 partnership. Slower ball from Justin Kemp. Absolutely clubbed by Chris Cairns. He doesn't worry about any of the niceties of batting. Just hit it hard as hell. And if you miss the fielder by just a few centimetres, you know you've got a boundary.
13 overs to go. This is shaping up into a good cricket match. Steve Elworthy, the bowler. Yes, and I'd say that was certainly closer than the other one that was given not out, which pitched outside leg. That looked to me as though Harris had gone across his stumps. I think the replay might show that the ball is pitched in line in the blue zone and is going on to hit around about middle. Just need to wait and have a look at the blue zone, but I think that Harris brought about his own dismissal there by going across. It's 6 for 160.
Adam Perora is the new batsman. We've just seen a wicket fall here at the Gabba, a wicket which will make things just a little bit closer. Well, that's his half century. That's very well played. He's been very disciplined in this innings. 4-4 half century in 3 matches here in Brisbane, all of them interestingly enough against South Africa. His 5th half century against South Africa all up, and he's 16th in one-day internationals. And if they end up winning this match, it'll turn out to be an extremely vital innings. That's in the air. This is going to be 6. It's going to go all the way. It's all the way over the boundary down there. 6 to Cairns. That's his second 6. That will relieve the pressure. 10 runs off that over. 6 for 177.
Justin Kemp coming on for his second over in this spell.
Well, that's well played too. That's into the gap, and that's 4 as well. Cairns and Perora, between the 2 of them here, are putting together a very useful partnership with good speed.
Chris Cairns almost a miss hit, just flips it. Stops it from hitting him in the heart. Flips it 80 metres for 6.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Right off the middle of the bat, and nicely fielded too. Back for the second, and he's having to stretch down that far end. A strong arm there may have had him just struggling a little bit. Dippenaar was the fieldsman. And Cairns, look at him, not really running at all. He's blasted this for 4. Well, it wasn't that far away from mid-off, but it's ended up flying or screaming away to the boundary for 4. Boy, when he really does open up, they stay hit.
Well, it was delivered at 122 k's an hour. I reckon it came back about 140. Flat bat. Whack. Mid-off, 1 step to his right. That's all he had time for.
Oh, there's a big high hit. Mid-off running back with it. He's even half a chance. Will he get there? Oh, he doesn't. Good effort. They run 2. My, oh my, that went high, and it was Pollock. He was making big strides, running with the ball. Courageous shot. Ball's in safely.
Been one of the great catches you'll ever see in an outfield. Shaun Pollock believed right up until the last second that he had a sniff at this, and he did. He chased a long way and he got his fingers to it. What a catch that would have been. What a moment in the match.
Magnificent effort by Pollock. Great camera work. Oh, that's over. This is 4. He's a magnificent cricketer, Chris Cairns. We saw it in the test matches. Didn't get him home then. They've got a wonderful opportunity as the 200 comes up. The 45th over.
Well, that's the danger you have. Yes, the danger you have if you bowl your bouncer too early. Especially to a batsman who's not that keen on them. start bowling a little fuller. So mid-off will go back now.
In the air, third man might get it. No, he don't. He misses it, and it goes for 4. He made the effort to take the catch. He had to go for it, got the bad bounce, and it went for 4.
Oh, poor Titipanar. You've got to take a punt. He took a punt on being the hero and winning the match, or almost doing it for South Africa. He backed the back. This had enough way on it to get down to him, and then about that point there he thought, oh no, I've got to get something behind it. I'm not going to catch it. He didn't either.
51 runs or 53 this partnership. This is the last ball of this over. It's gone again. This time it's fine. Dippenaar blocks it. 10 off the over. That's a big one for New Zealand. 6 for 212. They're enjoying this wonderful clash here. The VB1 International. 30 off 24. 4 wickets in hand. New Zealand should win. 4 wickets in hand from here. But can they? Can they break this run of outs?
Well, that will be in the back of the minds of those waiting to bat. I'm not sure if it is now for those out there. They're hot, they're fired up, Cairns and Parori, and they think they can win it. It's those blokes waiting, the youngsters, Vittori, Franklin and Bond. They're the ones who know they haven't done it for quite some time. Here's Callis to Cairns, 2 great all-rounders in combat.
So a ball, and he's whacked that straight down to Teeny on the fence, long off, just a single, on the carpet, good shot. Wilds and an overthrow. The wheels may be just falling off here. Hitting the stumps, unlucky, bonus run.
Well, that's when you wonder if it's going to be your night when you're in the park. The thing about this throw is that it didn't really have to be that hard because the batsmen were only really jogging through for the one. You just had to get it in and be safe that Callis would have the ball in his hand. Brings Cairns back on strike.
In the air, and 4 runs, a magnificent shot over mid-wicket, off his pads, superb batting.
You said it before, Bill, he is a magnificent cricketer. That's one of the reasons this is a record crowd, because there's some great players playing this game, 2 of them in action now. This is a beautiful piece of batting. Finesse, absolute finesse there. Man up inside the circle can do nothing, nor those outside. There's a hint of a smile on the captain's face, and then he realises it's not to get too happy too soon.
Struck that through cover. I don't think the wide man's going to get it. It'll be very close if he does. He's running hard. They've got to go back to 3, surely. And they get 3. Beautiful cover drive. The man at deep point chased hard. Good cricket. And the crowd loving it.
Well, that's Jacques Callis on the dodgy ankle, chasing that. He's had the ankle strapped up, but boy did he sprint 80 metres in no time at all to cut that extra run off. It was a brilliant chase.
Off 16, Poore on strike. He's 16, 1 boundary. He's got that to mid-wicket. 1, maybe 2. Dicey. Happy with the single. Oh, look out! It's going to be run out surely. Oh, he doesn't pick up Pollock. Oh, a comedy of errors. The fumble encouraged the second run. Pollock didn't get it. He had a chance to get Poore, and that could be the winning feature of this one-day international. That's a 6, that is a 6, that's a magnificent hit, what a cricketer, and the pressure's on, he's delivered for New Zealand tonight, superbly played.
And the crowd are on their feet, there's no Australians playing out there, but they love every moment of quality cricket, they love the game over here, and they're loving this effort. Now Chris Cairns with that moves to 97, a flat, straight hit, fantastic.
This man on screen, 98 off 98, 8 4s and 3 6s under pressure. He come to the crease at 5 for 98 when they were in all sorts of strife. It's been one of the all-time great one-day knocks against a very good one-day side.
Well, this is interesting. Pollock is going to bowl. He's sent long on back. I think he's got to just keep them all up and hope for something.
There it goes, he wins it with a 4, he gets 100 and he's a happy man. One of the best one-day knocks we have ever seen in 25 years of television. The great all-rounder for New Zealand gets the points with a magnificent century.
It's 12:15 in the morning in New Zealand. There'll be no one going to bed now. You're crazy if you do. That is one heck of a victory. It's a great run chase. It's been out of character with this tournament. No one has chased well until tonight. Chris Cairns, Adam Perori, they have done it again. Stephen Fleming, victorious captain, McMillan. Harris, the trip is all worthwhile. All worthwhile, and the crowd are on their feet with Chris Cairns. He's a champion.
Yes, he's the ribbon, and the pressure's on. Champions deliver. Harris got 24, that was handy. Perore got 21. They put on 84 of 73 deliveries. Pollock bowled his heart out. But all in all, that was Chris Cairns' match.